Do you invest in NFTs?
I I have a few, but I'm not a huge believer in like investing into NFTs. Yeah.
How come?
I think it's just there's very little to no utility behind NFTs. I haven't seen anyone really use it correctly. Um, so until somebody does, then I may be a believer in it. Like if there was an NFT for Starbucks, where if you own that NFT, you get 3 free drinks every week.
Mm,
That's a really good utility. And if I no longer want to drink Starbucks, I can sell that NFT to somebody else, and they can get 3 free drinks every week. That may be pretty cool. So I think that's a really nice use case. But even then, um, I don't know how practical it will be for most people when they would rather just spend their dollars to earn points and just get free drinks that way. Yeah.
yeah. I love what Gary Vee does, having the his NFTs V friends as tickets for the what is it called?
VCon.
VCon, right.
Yeah. Be
I
friends of
love
them.
the
I think
utility
VCon,
of
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. The only issue is that when an individual like Gary Vee has an NFT, the NFT's value is at the mercy of his reputation, of
Right.
his brand. And so if he doesn't do well, the NFT won't do well. If he passes away for some reason, the NFT will pretty much be worthless unless the company revives it somehow. So it's a little scary. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Okay, so going back to the Starbucks example, so could that in theory, like you said, if you have an NFT that gives you free drinks every week, would you sell that as a person to someone else, or would you, as if you wanted that NFT, would you buy it from Starbucks or from someone else? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so basically, Starbucks would initially sell it first, and then we would have to mint it. So we would buy from basically Starbucks, and then we hold on to it. And the value of that NFT depends on the demand of that NFT. If there is no demand for the Starbucks NFT, the value of it's going to go down. So Starbucks, and including Gary Vee and anyone who creates NFTs, has to be, they're basically a business. They have to think of models and ways to please the owners of the NFTs, and if they cannot, people will sell them. It's pretty brutal. When people sell NFTs, they think that, oh, I'm going to create an NFT, get rich off of it, and I'm done.
Mm,
But there's a you have to keep going. Like people don't think about 2 years, 3 years, 10 years down the line, and it could be a burden in the end. Yeah, it could be one of those things where like if I created one, I'll be like, dang, what did I get myself into?
mm.
Like, was this the right decision? Yeah, I
Yeah.
could feel that way. Yeah.
Interesting. I I've heard a lot of people speculate that for real estate, for example, you will own an NFT as the official contract for owning a house. And what do you feel about? How do you feel about that?
Uh, I I've heard I haven't like thought about it too much to give an opinion on it. I'll leave it there. I think it's still too early. So basically, you would own like say I'm gonna purchase a home. I actually purchased a home moving in about a month.
Oh,
And
congrats.
let's say that thank you. And let's say the contract is on the blockchain through an NFT. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's very like it'll be very public. First of all,
Yeah.
everyone will know. But at the same time, if I sell it, the person who I'm selling it to has to also understand what NFTs are,
Right.
right? Yeah. So um, there's pros and cons to that. It's the utility that's the biggest barrier right now between crypto and the real world. Like, how can we bridge those two? Uh, and that's what everyone's trying to solve. Yeah.
Right. I think once the metaverse comes around is probably when NFTs will become more mainstream.
Mm.
Because as far as I understand, and I'm a complete amateur in this space, but as far as I understand, the items you will own in the metaverse will be NFTs.
Correct.
So I
Yeah.
probably once metaverse starts coming around is when people will start is when NFTs will start becoming more mainstream, and then perhaps at that point it will also start to become more mainstream in the real world with like using NFTs as concert tickets or as like the Starbucks example, for example.
Yeah, that will be it. I think the one thing people have to understand is though, like when you purchase something, when you purchase an NFT, you maybe you paid $20 or $100 for that NFT. Let's say you paid $100 for like a sword item in a game, right? That sword item may go down in value to like $20. It could. That's the thing. And the person who owns it is going to sell it at $20. So there is like that trading aspect as well with NFTs. And then so people have to, the utility has to be so strong that people are going to be willing to hold it instead of selling it.
Mm,
Because as people keep selling it, the floor price is going to go lower and lower and lower. And the entire NFT market of that whatever metaverse is going to be very low. And so, yeah, utility is always going to be the number one. How can that entity serve that person? As long as most companies or creators can figure that out, that NFT will be very successful. Yeah.
mm. So interesting. I wish I was so much smarter on this space.
No, no, you got the right idea on everything though, and I think people like me too. I'm still trying to understand this space. Like I have NFTs of like game characters, and to understand what this is about. And
Mm,
so I bought a game character at a certain price, and now it's dropped a certain price. But I like playing the game because what I paid for was the strength of that character, and so I'm
mm,
able to win more games because of that character. Maybe when the NFT market goes back up, maybe I can sell that character for a much higher price. But right now, the entire market's down, and so I'm just holding on to it. Yeah.
mm. I like the idea of using it. Wow, my throat. I like the idea of using NFTs in video games. I used to play a lot of CSGO, Counter Strike Global Offensive, where essentially you buy these virtual items, these virtual skins for your guns. And the problem with that is you can only use them in that game.
Mm.
But with NFTs, you have the potential to transfer those items into other games as well.
That I don't know too much about. Possibly, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
If the
Yeah.
games implement them, of course, like
There we go.
implement the
Yeah. That.
different
Yeah. Yeah.
NFTs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.